I think since like the latest time I can see a Korean team that's as bad is probably like 2018. It's like Africa Freaks 2018. Because and so there is a discussion to be because there was like what there was Kin. I think Spirit, Mugli, Kuro, Kramer was like okay. They were playing pretty good, but I think there is a discussion to be, and I'm gonna phrase the hot take. I think it's the single worst Korean team to ever be qualified to Worlds. Because I think even HLE had Chovy, which is like just better than BDD. So if you have four cheaters, and your mid laner is like the star player, you rather have Chovy than BDD. So I've checked all of the other rosters. I can't find a single Korean team in history that has such a terrible terrible spread of talent. Nobody, because even you look at DRX. I think that having Zeka and Deft is way better than having the current roster of KT. So aside from BDD, who's the top player, I do believe that like they had like this, like once in 100 time chance. Like if you replay the series against Genji, they never win ever again, and because it's bloody KT. But I do believe that it's probably on the paper the worst Korean team to ever qualify to main stage.
See, you got me with the framing. And then you've kind of lured me in here, Sabatine, because the only team that I think in the context is White Shield, right? And that's only from when they went, as in like from like the players at like the time, because they had like good players and like they had Gorilla who then go on to be great the next second season. But White Shield actually at Worlds fucking stunk, mate. They're the one. I think they're the only team, one of the only teams to be perfect on stage. They were like one of the first like teams.
To be fair, they were playing against Froggen, but I get it. It's all good.
No, mate. They got Thorin. Thorin. I keep that one in my back pocket as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. but you know what I mean? Perfect in Koreans isn't for everyone, but I really am struggling because I'm going back because like 2015 they sent all bangers because that was like KT, Rocks, T1, it was all bangers. 2017 where like Crown was handless, they ended up winning the tournament. T1 was there, and then Longzhu everyone thought was like the best team of all time.
Supposed to win.
LS. Yeah, they were supposed to just LS literally declared them like the most they were going to be the next Bonjour like team of like League of Legends. They really it is actually so crazy how good the depth has been for Korea at Worlds, and then you see this team, and fucking Peter is at Worlds. Like, it's so mind-boggling that a bot lane of Deokdam and Peter is the fucking third seed in Korea. I actually can't believe it. They might actually just be it might be the worst 4 players to have ever been sent plus BDD. That's actually what the fucking fact is. It's so crazy.
And Kuz has like this, once every 7 series, he plays like amazing. He's like top 3 in the world. And you're like, oh, Kuz is back. And then you look at like the 5 next series and he's like worse than Elyoya. Like Elyoya is just 10 times better than him on average. But he has his like very single peak that everybody remembers, and they use that to defend that Kuz is a top tier jungle, which he definitely isn't. I think it proves the point of Inspired actually. But I do believe like if I tell you a perfect Kuz, Peter, Deokdam, I maybe you have to go back to season 2. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't checked season 2 and season 1. But season 2 they weren't even here, right? So it's like has to go season 2 because season 3 for sure they were better than anyone else. So probably the worst of all time. What do you think?
Because I actually think it's a plausible take, because I actually do think people will forget. I think it's the worst of all time, because what people forget about Freaks is that team was really good in the Korean scene though. Like they were like a fucking top 2 team at one point in time. At Cascade, he had to make the run back, just like they did at Worlds. They had to run through that whole gauntlet to get to play in the final. No, I agree. And then also people love to bring up that Hanwha Life one. That had Chovy and Deft, bro. Like, the other players were a joke. That's why Chovy and Deft are godlike, in my opinion. Like, they could even fucking carry those guys. DRX, the joke is on paper, that's not a good team, but they fucking won Worlds, so we can't really say they're the worst, because we know what they did. They actually were fucking pretty good at the tournament. And then also, I know what you mean. First of all, it's the fact also that they're the 3rd seed, bro. If they were the 4th seed in that playoff, fine, that's okay. T1's below them. And that's ridiculous. The only reason why is because of this crazy win over Genji. That's also the other historical period. When they get banged out, which they could easily do at this tournament, the real historical detail won't be KT Roll. It'll just be, how did they beat Genji? The fuck? They're like unbeatable Genji too. So, and then even then, by the way, it was 3-2 and it was really close. They didn't 3-zip them. And then just think about this. If you saw that series, I'll tell you one reason they did it. Doc Dam had, he traded his soul and his firstborn child for that series. Like, he's never played that well in his whole fucking life. He was on the FPX with Milky Way when we all said Milky Way 1v9 the game. And in fact, he was in a lane with that fucking guy, what was his name? Kale. It was Kale, actually, wasn't it? Wasn't that his support player?
No, I thought it was Life. I thought Life was
Life, there you go. Oh, no, it was a Korean one I was remembering, though. The joke is, people used to say Life was the good one, and Dr. held Life back, and Life had to play fucking Rumble every game.
Rumble,
so people and remember, when Dr. was on down 1, everyone hated this motherfucker. Before that, they were like, get Ghost off. And then they were like, please, Ghost, come back. Can you play the game? Because he realised he could weak side. This Dr. guy was a bomb. He just was, bro. So I think if you look at that team, take those 3 players you mentioned there. Perfect, who has shown some talent, but he's still, for me, like, spiritually a rookie. Cause I agree, he's always had like hands, but he's super inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get, and he just does the pure shit where he randomly just has a good series. And then lastly, Doc Dam, right? Not only can G2 match up against them, FlyQuest at those 3 positions can match up immediately. Inspired to fucking Masso and Whipple. They might even be better, bro. I'd love to see that series again. Yeah. So CFO's also at those positions really strong. That's another reason why they do it. And put it this way, I think history will also remember one other thing about KT, which is you'll look back on the Leaguepedia in 3 years when the rest of those players do nothing and go nowhere, and they're all on fucking Freaks and fucking DRX, and you'll go, holy fuck, how hard was BDD carrying? Well, the point is, not enough to carry enough fucking games at Worlds to make this work. So I actually think the real madness is, it is just that fucking semi-bullshit Gen G series that got them here. It's why I don't like that change that we've had in all the regions. We had the same thing in Europe. Fnatic just had to beat MCOI in that one best of 5 and they'd been there in the upper bracket. That's a stupid format. I want the format where you have to win like 3 BO5s to get to Worlds or something. Because I do think if you'd have had to actually play as KT, 2 out of the 3 and win to get there. You don't have to beat T1, Animal Life, or Gen G. You have to win 2 out of the 3 to get. You wouldn't be here, mate. Or they'd be the 4th seed playing IG right now. And by the way, they'd lose to IG and then they wouldn't be in Worlds. So I actually think, yeah, I agree. It's a good take. Even though it sounds fucked up to begin with, but also, as you say, there've been very few years LCK sent bad teams. In fact, famously, LCK never had the teams fail to get out of the groups. If anything, they were always slightly better at Worlds than we realised. By the way, obvious reason why, as I'm finding out now in this Asia Invitational, it's like, I thought D+ sucked. Oh shit, wait, they were playing against T1, Gen G, and well, JDG wasn't playing against them. It turns out, actually, that makes you look shit when you play the best macro teams in the world, and then they all clap you. Yeah, I'm with you. I think KT fucking sucks. That's why I just put it all on BDD. Like you're the man, bro. You are the man. But you can't 1v9 the game. Come on, that's too much to ask.
Not at Worlds.
It's too much.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.